I'm Paul Trillo. I'm a filmmaker, video artist. I do a lot of conceptual films, narrative films, music videos, and yeah, sort of come from an arts background. And so it's very exciting to kind of merge my interest in narrative filmmaking with video installation. The piece is called Looking In, Looking Out, and it was inspired during my time living in New York, but I never actually made the piece while living there. I attempted we almost did this as like a drone short film, and it was going to be two different buildings, and you kind of see this interaction between people in different windows. But shooting it with a drone proved to be pretty much impossible in Manhattan. So I kind of just like tabled the idea for a while. And then in 2020, during the pandemic, as a lot of people, I was like anxious to make something, but it was like difficult to make something with people. Um, and so I was trying to like make as much work as I could just to kind of occupy my mind. And I came back to this idea of looking in, looking out, which is all these people sort of framed in their apartment windows, and how it felt like it resonated more during COVID, during lockdown, because we're all sort of like unified and connected in this thing, but also totally isolated and separate in our bubbles. And so the piece, like, yeah, took on a different meaning. And I was like, oh, what if it's like a user generated piece? Put like casting sort of briefs online. I also just posted on Instagram looking for people, and I got about 50 or so people to submit videos of themselves during lockdown in their apartments. And I gave them very specific instructions on how to shoot it and everything. Um, but even with the specific instructions of telling people how to shoot, frame themselves, in their apartment, it was a little all over the place. Sometimes the framing didn't work, the lighting was bad, the quality was all over the place, as you can imagine. So I sadly like sat on the piece for a few years, and it was at the end of 2023 where some of these AI tools allowed me to repair that footage or expand the shots, so I could create something that felt like it had, sort of dimension to it. Because it feels like you're looking at like a 3D piece or something like that. And so I was using AI to kind of extend the frames, to repair damaged footage, clean the shots up, and it became a lot less arduous with some of these new tools. Yeah, I think it was a great opportunity to show it at Art Tech House because it was this fully immersive three-wall projection that transports people, and I think it creates like a more human connection when you look at the piece, to kind of like leave your everyday world and feel connected to the people in the piece. I think in another setting it might just be boring, and so there's like a grandness to it in that space specifically. So yeah, again, I think it was like the perfect kind of venue for it.